Another really tricky word, but do you think you can handle it second grade? Ready for a new big word? It's even bigger than inferring. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
It's synthesizing.
Synthesizing.
Holy cow, I know. Synthesizing. And synthesizing is when we're reading a book and we're thinking about our thinking, and sometimes our thinking changes while we're thinking and reading a story. Have you ever started out reading something and then you're like, ooh, I learned something new, and your thinking changes? And then the author tells you more and your thinking changes again. And at the end of the story, you're like, wow, I learned all of this stuff, or the author told me something new. Have you ever thought about that? Thinking about your thinking, isn't that kind of tricky?
I did that when I was gonna do a prediction, but then I thought something else.
So sometimes you infer, you make a prediction based on the clues that are in the story. You read a little bit more, you learn a little bit more, and your thinking changes. So that's a little bit like what we're doing today. Okay, I'm going to read a story to you, and I'm going to show you how my thinking changes in this story, and then you guys are going to practice, okay? So, a clean drink of water. When I read a clean drink of water, I'm already thinking about what the author might tell me. All people need clean water. They need it for drinking, for cooking, and for bathing. Okay, so I'm going to write, I'm thinking this story is about using water. Okay, and I'm going to put one little circle there because that's the beginning of my thinking, and I'll explain that more in a minute. Now the author's saying, some people in a village in South America did not have clean water. Their water was full of oil and dirt. People there got sick when they drank water. So now I'm thinking the author's telling me about how people don't have clean water. And in the first box, I have a little dot. In the second box, I have my thinking dot and the circle around it because my thinking's kind of growing. You know how you have a drop of water and it kind of ripples out? It's kind of like your thinking changing. Your thinking grows, kind of like that ripple grows. Far away, other people heard about the problem. They sent empty water tanks to the village. So now I'm thinking that people are going to help them fix their dirty water problem. So people will help fix the dirty water problem. Now the author's saying, rainwater fell into the tanks. That water was clean. Now people in the village have clean water. So I think the whole story, if I'm thinking about my thinking and what the author's trying to tell me, now I'm thinking that other people helped them solve their problem. Okay, so I think that's the message here. Other people helped to solve a problem. Do you see how in the beginning of my story, I'm thinking it was about water? And then I was thinking that it was just about people not having clean water? And then I thought it was about people will help fix the dirty water problem? And now I'm realizing the other people helped to solve a big problem. You see how my thinking kind of changed over time? I'm going to read you a story, and it's one of my very favorite stories. I know you're going to love it too. So while I'm reading, we're going to think about our thinking. Can you try it too? Okay, so I want you to grab your clipboard. And if you have a black shirt on, come sit at the floor.
Oh, there it is. Turn it off.
Yeah.